In this video, you'll learn about managing software on your Linux system. In Linux, we can use a package manager to add, remove, update, and track the software that's installed on the system. On Oracle Linux, the package manager is DNF, which is an improved version of Yum. I'll be using the DNF command throughout this demo, but you can do many of the same things using Yum if you're using an earlier version of Linux. Let's take a quick look at using the package manager by having it show us what's currently installed on the system. In the terminal, enter the command dnf list installed, and we see a long list of packages that are installed on the system. But what is a package? It contains source code, pre-built binaries, scripts, and metadata all bundled together. The package is an RPM format, which stands for Red Hat Package Manager. The RPM file is like a zip file that contains everything needed to tell the package manager how to install the software. But why do we want to use a package manager instead of installing the software ourselves? Essentially, because it automates a lot of the installation process for us. Many packages, in order to run, often require other packages to be installed first. These are called dependencies. You could check for dependencies manually, but fortunately, the package manager automatically does this and installs any dependencies the package needs. Let's take a look at this by installing a handy little package called tree. I'll need root privileges to install a package, so I'll use sudo dnf install and the name of the package. We can see it checks the dependencies. There aren't any, so we're good there. Then it'll ask me to confirm, and I'll enter yes. It runs through the installation, and that's it. The package is now installed on the system. But I didn't provide an RPM file or tell it where to find the package. So where did it get the software file to install? The answer is repositories, or repos for short, which are huge collections of software packages that the system can access. So instead of me having to manually search online, download, and then individually install the software, the system connects to and searches the repositories for us automatically. The repos available by default on your particular system will depend on the Linux distribution that you're using. Generally, your system will connect to publicly available repositories that the distributor maintains. For Oracle Linux, the repositories are available from the Oracle Yum server at yum.oracle.com. Let's take a look at the repositories available on this machine. We'll use dnf repo list all. It lists the short name of the repository, a more user-friendly name, and shows if it's enabled or disabled. As I mentioned, the repositories available by default will depend on your distro. Here, I'm running Oracle Linux from a virtual box, but if I were to run the same command on an Oracle Cloud instance running Oracle Linux, we see that it has a different set of repositories. If we want to enable or disable a repository, we can use the dnf config manager command. For example, let's enable the add-ons repo with sudo dnf config-manager-enable and the repository ID, in this case, ol8_add-ons. Now when we run dnf repo list all, we can see that repository is enabled. We can also manage the repositories by working with the files within the etc/yum.repos.d directory. So I'll cd to that directory and then run ls. Each file here represents a repository or repository list. It's outside the scope of this video, but if you needed to add a new repository, you'd create a .repo file for it here. Let's use sudo vi oracle-linux-ol8.repo to look at the file. This file contains a list of repositories. Each shows the name, the URL of the repository, an enabled flag, and some other values I won't go into here. Let's take a look at the add-ons repository we just enabled by paging down to the end of the file. We see that the enabled flag is set to 1. Let's disable it by setting it back to 0 and saving the file. Now if we run dnf repo list all, we see that the add-ons repository has been disabled. I mentioned that you can add a repository by creating a .repo file, but Oracle also provides access to additional repositories which you can add to your system. We can take a look at the additional repositories available by running dnf search *release-el8*, and it shows us a list of repository configurations available. Let's say we want to add the developer repository. We can run sudo dnf install, and this time I'll add the -y option so that it won't ask me to confirm, and then the name of the repository configuration, which is Oracle Linux-developer-release-el8. Now, if we run dnf repo list all, we see the developer repo has been added to the list and is enabled. Next, let's look at searching for a package. We can run dnf search and then the name of the package. In this case, I'm going to look for nmap. It searches the repositories and provides a list of packages that contain the search value. However, it's only searching enabled repositories. If we wanted it to search all available repositories, we could add in the option -- enable repo equals *. And now it shows more options. The nmap package we're looking for is here. If we wanted to find out more about it, like which repository it's in or a description of it, we can use dnf, info, and the name of the package. It shows us that it's in the AppStream repository and provides a short description. Let's take a look at removing a package. Turns out, nmap is already installed on this system, and we can verify that by searching for it within the list of installed software. We can use dnf list installed, then pipe it to grep nmap, and we see the nmap.x86_64 package listed. To remove it, we'd use sudo dnf remove nmap. Then it'll ask me to confirm, and I'll enter yes. And now when we search the list of installed packages, we see it's no longer listed. So far, I've only discussed publicly available repositories, but another option is connecting to the Unbreakable Linux network, referred to as ULN. Instead of repositories, you can subscribe to channels and get packages that are more specific to your needs. This does require you to sign up for Oracle support, but it gives you access to software not publicly available, such as Ksplice. For more information, you can check out oracle.com/Linux. That's it for an introduction to software management. Thanks for watching.